His second State of the Union address, meantime, President Trump tonight expected to highlight rare bipartisan accomplishments from last year. And despite all the drama we talk about surrounding the speech, our next guest believes, quote, the state of our union is better than you think. Bruce Mehlman joins us, former Commerce Assistant Secretary, to talk about that. He wrote that op-ed we just showed on the screen for FoxNews.com this week. And it's kind of funny, Bruce, because we do you're kind of ruining everything for us here, because we do stories all the time on how it's a disaster. Nobody likes anybody in Congress. Their approval ratings like 10 or 11%. And you say that they've actually been getting things done. Tell us your premise.
You're right. You know, I write a story or an op-ed that says things are better than you think. Congress is both bipartisan and accomplishing things, and it's as if I had a Bigfoot spotting. I'm being treated like a celebrity of sorts. But the reality, when you go take a look at what Congress got done in the 115th Congress, they passed more laws in the first 2 years of the Trump administration than were passed in the first 2 years of the Obama administration or the Bush administration. And these aren't post office namings or ceremonial laws. There's real substantive legislative accomplishments, from criminal justice reform to FAA modernization to water resources development to modernizing our export controls. They got a lot of things done.
The president could talk about those accomplishments tonight. I guess the challenge for him, though, and for Republicans in the future, is obvious, is that they had control of both houses. And even though maybe we don't talk about this as positively in the media as we should, that things are getting done, we love the drama of the things that are not getting done, isn't it more challenging going forward? I mean, you point out in your column with something I thought was interesting. We know Nancy Pelosi has the gavel in the House, and that's a challenge. But you point out all the senators thinking about running for president. That's a challenge.
Well, there is going to be a historic number. It looks like maybe 8 sitting senators will run for president. That may be the most in the history of the country, and that will surely make the upper chamber more partisan than it normally is. The premise of my op-ed, though, really wasn't about Donald Trump. In some ways, it's when Donald Trump wasn't at the table. You saw senators such as Rob Portman of Ohio and Amy Klobuchar of Minnesota working together on issues that mattered. The thing that most voters don't really appreciate, and I think it's a shame they don't, is how well-intentioned and sincere almost every senator and congressman are who come here. They don't come here to fight. They don't come here to be on TV. They come here to get things done. Something within the process renders the sum weaker than the parts.
What is it? I mean, we were joking around at the beginning, but is it all the TV coverage? I mean, you know, when the lights go on and it's like a really, hostile time or a big-time issue, then they almost have to pretend to fight? Is that what you're kind of getting at?
Well, media is certainly a part of it, but what you have is within both parties, the real energy is in the extremes and the base. They can then leverage social media and they can leverage TV to lead their parties, to raise the most money. And so the most extreme left 5% against the most extreme right 5% are very much driving so much of the narrative to the frustration of the middle.
Bruce Mehlman, again, ruining everything. We had all these stories that everything's a disaster, and he says it's not. Thanks a lot. We appreciate you coming on.
Thank you.
Okay.